Let's now go through how to perform a spontaneous nystagmus test. The spontaneous nystagmus test is the first test to do in any VNG test battery. That's because we want to ensure that there aren't any underlying eye movements which are going to impact later tests which we're going to perform. So tests, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cover and put it on top of the goggles, putting you in darkness. Okay. What I'd like you to do is just stay looking straight ahead. You'll be in darkness for around about 30 seconds. And during that time, I will turn a light on inside the goggle. Okay. When the light switches on, if you could just look at that light for me, and then when the light switches off, just continue looking straight ahead. Okay. Any questions before we begin? No. Fantastic. So I'm just going to put the cover on the goggle now. Excellent. And if you can look straight ahead, you can keep your eyes nice and wide open. I'm going to start the test now.
Counting down from 30.
So here I can see Tess's eyes on the screen. If you can keep those eyes nice and open for me, Tess, that would be fantastic.
20.
After 15 seconds, a light is going to appear inside the goggle. Here we can see that in the software. Tess, if I can ask you to look at that light for me.
10.
And then that light's going to switch off after 10 seconds. And if you can keep your eyes as wide open as possible.
0.
Fantastic. That completes the spontaneous nystagmus test. I can take the goggle off, and then we are then placed inside the test results screen. We can see horizontal eye movements, we can see vertical eye movements, and if there is any nystagmus, this will be displayed on the right-hand side of the screen. So this is an example of an abnormal spontaneous nystagmus test. What we can see is a left beating spontaneous nystagmus of 6 degrees per second. However, what we can see is as the results continue, when the fixation light switches on, that nystagmus suppresses and therefore vanishes. So this was an example from a patient which had a peripheral vestibular lesion. That concludes the spontaneous nystagmus test, and we're now ready to perform the next step within our VNG test battery.